Drafting the Magic features the thoughts and opinions expressed by Christian Ilton, Eric Pesolano, and today's guest, and do not in any way reflect the views or opinions of the Walt Disney Company or any of its subsidiaries. All right, Christian, here we go. Episode 49. We're mostly a Disney podcast that we shape ourselves around sports, and 49 is a great number for me.
No, brother.
You knew I was going to go there. You had to
Yeah.
have known I was going to go there.
Not
Uh,
no, no, you did that very quickly. Like very
oh,
quickly did you realize we were actually in 49 and then you dropped that. So good for you. Anyway, keep going.
yeah, I'm a 49ers fan. That's why it's a
Yeah.
great number. And my time of birth happened on the 49th minute of the hour. How do you
Well,
like that?
that's got to be a coincidence, right? All right. Anyway.
Hey, let's do something we've done before, but kind of different here today. We're gonna go back into the world of lightning lanes. We've done this before. We did it at Disneyland. We're gonna switch coasts this time, and we're going to World.
Yes, we're going to Walt Disney World and I love doing Walt Disney World episodes, especially because you haven't been there in so long. So I feel like I've got a heck of an upper hand in this. I can save some stuff for late. I don't know, but I love going to Walt Disney World. I'm already looking forward to my spring 2026 Walt Disney World trip that will somehow involve me wrangling two children, and I don't know how this is going to go, but Walt Disney World's my favorite, right? And it's your favorite. And although we do love living in Disneyland World over here,
Yeah.
yes, Disneyland's cooler. It's fine. Just let it happen. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. But Lightning Lane and Walt Disney World completely different because you have four different theme parks, and your strategy will change from day to day depending on where you're going. So we just decided to throw all of those in the same bin there, Eric.
Yeah, and first of all, you buried the lead a little bit there. You tried to skate over it. Congratulations, man. Baby number
Hey,
two.
what are you nuts? Here we go. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. I'm
Hey,
terrified, but it's happening.
that's all right. That rider switch path's gonna come in real handy for you here
Oh my
soon.
gosh, Noah's gonna be the perfect age for Rider Switch. He's gonna be perfect height. He's gonna get to go on Test Track 3.0 twice. He's
Love
gonna
it.
get to go on probably not Guardians. I don't think it's a 40 inch. We'll have to look at it. But they're like he's gonna be at the perfect height to
Yeah.
abuse the Rider Switch process. It's ridiculous. So
But anyway, congratulations, my
yeah, yeah,
friend.
yeah. Love that.
So you say you have an advantage here, but I was going through my list and kind of putting my strategy together, and I don't think it's as big of an advantage as you think because
We'll see.
a lot of my selections that I have on my list here, pretty high up on the attraction chain here. So we should be good. Now, the rules today will hamper me a little bit, of course, especially with the individual lightning lane, because we are throwing that into the mix. We have to take one in round five. We can't take more than one the whole draft. Only in round five can you take an individual lightning lane selection. I think that might be where you get me a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be
So I
fun.
gotta
It'll be
I gotta
fun.
put I gotta put together a better four picks in my first four rounds, which by the way, one per park.
It's not a lot.
Nope. So
It's not a lot.
you better choose wisely.
Yep. It'll be fun. Let's do it, shall we? Let's get to. Hey, wait. We can't do a draft without a guest judge. Let's get
Yeah,
a guest judge in here, Eric.
let's do it.
And today, everybody, we are so excited to welcome Allie Mae from Allie Mae on Maine. I don't want to mess that up. Allie, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Super glad to be here.
Hey, we're super glad to have you. This is an exciting one for us. We're talking Lightning Lane, which is I made a joke that you are the queen of Lightning Lane out in Walt Disney World. That seems to be a huge passion of yours. But before we jump into the Lightning Lane specifics, tell all of our viewers a little bit about you and how you fell in love with Disney.
Okay, so I'm a lifelong, ever since I was five, Disney goer, and have just loved it ever since. I'm an only child. My parents are out of state annual pass holders. I am an out of state annual pass holder, and I love the nitty gritty details of Disney. I am not just go and ride the rides, although I do ride every single ride. I love the nostalgia and all of the logistics of Disney that make it really special and very, very seamless because I cannot fathom every everything that goes into the works every single day to make me like smell the smells that I smell or have a trash can that's clean enough for me to eat off of it. I truly, it blows my mind. So that is why I love Disney so much, the complexity of it. And my socials are just a cherry on top. I accidentally got into socials back in January of this year is when I hit 10K on TikTok, and it has just blown up ever since. And I love helping people and I love the strategy of it. So that's why I'm here.
That's awesome. That's why we're here, Eric.
Yeah, and Ali, my question for you is, did you ever consider being a cast member? Because you're talking in all operations lingo, which
I
Chris and I are
know,
very
I
familiar with.
know. My one of my biggest regrets in life, and I think I don't know if I could go back and redo it. I fight with myself, but is not doing the Disney College program. And but I think I would have never left. You know what I mean? But I
Mm-hmm.
do often consider I'm in IT. That is my day job. I work in IT and I create systems that are broken. I create new systems that work a lot better. And so part of it, I'm just a huge nerd. And so part of it is like, that's what I love. But I also love event planning and things like that. I just know how much goes into it. But I don't know. Maybe I want to just observe the magic from afar.
It's not a
That's a
terrible
good
idea.
that's a good point. I mean, they could certainly use some IT help. I know that, but you're
Hey,
it's
it's part of what makes me love lightning lanes. I'm like, this is a cool app. This does a lot of things.
oh, and boy, do they work on that a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I remember the early days. Let's go back to, max passes and all that stuff that like boy,
Fast
that thing
passes,
fast passes
Paper.
broke down like
paper.
oh I was more talking about the app. Calm down, Eric, but
Oh,
We're
but
going
even
all the
the
way back to paper.
even the paper, right? Because I worked when paper was first introduced to Star Tours at
hmm
Disneyland, and
Wow.
and I just got PTSD. Perfect. Cool.
Yep, my fast pass attractions I worked that actually had physical fast passes were Soarin' and Tower of Terror, and I believe during the Tower of Terror transition is when oh well no we had Guardians too. There were still paper for
Mhm.
Guardians, but yeah, that was not a fun system to set up either. Just tell you that. So anyway, so we are talking Max Pass today, Allie. This is your
What did you
forte.
call it?
Oh gosh, did I just say Max
Listen,
Pass?
we can forgive him. It's
I,
okay. I'll teach him.
I've already lost
All
the
right.
draft. Thank you, everybody. It's
Well,
been
it's funny. I harp on him, yet in our intro a little bit earlier, I said individual lightning lane, and I had to
yeah,
like hit,
yeah.
It's all right. It's all
Yeah.
hit
right.
myself a little bit.
The
That doesn't fit
nomenclature,
anymore
the
either.
nomenclature is a huge thing. Anyway, we are talking Lightning Lane today, and we have Allie Mae as our guest judge, and this is episode 49, Strategy of Lightning Lane at Walt Disney World Resort, and I have the first draft pick, and I have no idea where I'm going with this, but we're gonna
Well,
jump into it.
well, hold
Yes.
on a
Oh,
minute.
you have rules. We have to
We got
rule.
rules.
Sorry,
I know we haven't done this in a
I'm
while,
so
but
excited.
I know you're getting ahead of yourself there. I love it
Good. That
though.
gives me a time to think of what
Strategy.
I'm actually gonna take.
I know. Maybe I should make you pick, and then I'll go over the rules. All right, here's what we're gonna do. So Christian and I got to make five selections that are lightning lane attractions. This is basically if you had one day and you were jumping park to park in one day, which is virtually impossible out there, but you get putting down here. So we have to pick one lightning lane attraction from each of the four Walt Disney World parks, and then our fifth pick has to be a lightning lane single pass attraction. So we are going four different parks, five attractions. Also, those first four picks, you can only take one attraction from each park. You can't double up anywhere until that fifth pick, and we have to have ridden the attraction, which is a rule that we use all the time. Have to have experienced it. That's how
hmm
we do things. It's pretty simple rules today, Christian, but
Yep.
that constrains us still, even with those.
Significantly, actually.
Mhm.
Okay, I think I know where I'm going here. So this is our draft. Let's jump into it. And I'm gonna go with a strategic pick because we're talking strategy on this. And there's one thing I hate doing, and it's waiting around in the heat. And while Walt Disney World does a great job of covering their queues, there's just something about the queue of Kilimanjaro Safari that is always 1,000 degrees. So I'm going Kilimanjaro Safaris with my first pick. I didn't even think I was going to go here, but I'm weighing the options in Animal Kingdom. And there's one that has, I feel like, significantly more shade and or indoor coverage, and the other one is Kilimanjaro Safari. So I'm going there. Let's go Kilimanjaro in the first round, Eric. I know you're as surprised as I am.
A little bit, yeah. And of course, with the way this draft is set up, I'm writing down the picks here,
Yep.
so I can track everything. But that means I don't have to go to Animal Kingdom until round five.
Hmm.
So I'm going to go ahead and lock that into my, or till round four, excuse me. I'm going
Yeah,
to go ahead
that's
and
fair.
lock that in down there. So, yeah, no, I'm a little surprised you went that route, but I
But also
did.
tell me I'm wrong. Like, it's
No, I
hot.
can't.
It's
I
disgusting.
can't tell you you're wrong. You are correct. It is awful out there. I get it. It was on my list. I did have that attraction on my list of potentials. So good on you there at number one.
Fantastic. Allie, this is kind of a curveball starting off at Animal Kingdom, but I don't like the heat, so that's kind of, it's more of a
That's
personal
fair.
decision.
Okay. You want my 2 cents? You want
Yes.
if I agree or disagree with this? Yes.
And maybe both. Let's hear it. Yes or no.
Okay. No.
Ah, that's fair. All right, we're here.
It's um, I'm gonna hold my reasoning because I don't want to give Eric a leg up.
Oh,
Uh,
I think I know the
Okay.
reasoning and I don't disagree. Anyway,
Okay.
um
Okay. Also, I must caveat just before we go any further, this is full on fantasy. The three of us have already talked about this, right?
mhm.
But this is full on fantasy setup here. Just before I lose my credibility as Lightning Lane queen, you cannot do this. You cannot
No,
pick across all
that's
four
fair.
parks up front for
Yep,
Lightning Lanes. This is a total
this is
fantasy
yep.
Dream World.
situation. I feel better.
This is the
Okay.
dream world. You're 100% right. 100% right. She doesn't like my pick in round one. We'll see if I can swing her back in a few
We'll
rounds,
see. We'll
but we will
see.
see. But first, Eric, you have your first pick of this
I
draft.
do. Allie, be careful. The company's going to reach out if they see this because you're
Oh,
speaking their language. I'm just
yeah.
saying.
Mm, yeah,
All right. My first pick. Your pick didn't really shift my strategy too
sure.
much.
That should be a telltale.
Yeah,
Bruh.
yeah, that's true. So I have to go where I, again, have to have experienced it. There's a lot of things I have not experienced yet. So before everybody at home jumps down my throat for why didn't you do this, that's why. All right. My first pick is going to be one of my favorite attractions of all time out in Florida. And look, you can use the "it's too hot outside" argument a lot because it's Florida. I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go on strictly on saving time because this is something that you have to do. And there are times when the wait time isn't too bad for this particular attraction, but there are times when it can get out of control. And when you're in a theme park that doesn't have a whole lot to do, and I'm wondering if that gives it away a little bit, but my favorite attraction at Hollywood Studios is the Tower of Terror, and I'm taking that at number one because you want to get that thing done as quickly as possible so you can go and do everything else because there are other attractions out there that have to be seen. So give me Tower at number one.
I I
Okay.
I disagree with this pick, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Allie, what are your thoughts? Tower of
I
Terror, one of the best,
also
right?
disagree with this
Whoa.
pick.
The first round was a wash, Eric.
Though it
Mhm.
is my favorite ride in Hollywood Studios,
All right, we got that in common.
I do disagree with it.
So
More on that later.
there's a significant reason, again, and everyone knows, Allie even knows this, that Eric hasn't been to Walt Disney World in a long time, and that theme park in itself has changed significantly
Significantly.
since that has happened, since Eric's been there.
There
So,
is there is one other attraction in that park that I considered for this, and then
Star
I said,
Tours, yeah, I know.
yeah, 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 that was the one. There was one other attraction I considered for this, and I didn't want to do it because meh. But
Meh,
Oh,
anyway,
so it's
wow.
more of a personal, like you don't really care about riding that ride.
Hmm.
I usually don't do that. I am,
Okay,
I
okay.
I tailor it to the masses.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Hmm.
even not on a personal standpoint, I would
Yeah.
still take Tower over the other one I'm thinking about, which I'm not
Okay.
going to say
Okay.
Wow.
because Christian still has to select
Christian
one
is
there.
still,
Wow.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm punting Hollywood Studios down the line a little
Yeah,
bit, though.
Hmm.
as you
I don't
should.
have to worry about that. And so I am going to go to the theme park that all of us Disneyland people see and go, oh, we can skip that because it's just Disneyland, but different. We're going to the Magic Kingdom. It's not at all the same, by the way, folks. You need to go to Magic Kingdom if you're from Disneyland. I will say you don't need to go on the teacups, all right? Like there's things that like there's certain rides you don't need to go on, but then there's many rides that you do need to go on. And the Magic Kingdom, again, there's so many like, okay, it's the same ride. Oh, it's the different ride, whatever. There is one ride that I love doing for Lightning Lane, and I feel like I'm gonna make Allie mad on this too, but we're fine. I think we've just turned this into a Allie knows way better than us episode, which is true already. But I'm also going to say that this is the better version of the two attractions.
Oh God,
Um,
here we go.
Yep, I'm gonna say it, and I
Ugh.
will die on this hill because it's a better roller coaster.
No, it's not.
It's a better roller
No, it's
coaster.
not. But
It's a
go ahead.
better
Go ahead.
it's a
Go ahead.
better roller coaster.
No, it
I
isn't.
am going with Goofy. No, I'm kidding.
I would hang up.
I would
I
hang.
get.
No, honestly, and I'm gonna say it. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. There is nothing more boring than sitting in Space Mountain's line and with those video screens that they all set up that don't work most of the time. There's nothing more boring than that. I'm skipping it. I'm getting a lightning lane for Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom here in round number two, Eric. And yes, it is the better roller coaster. I'm not going to say the vehicles are better. The vehicles are significantly better at Disneyland. The theming is better at Disneyland, but the coaster itself, it's the best. Give me Space Mountain, Eric. I know how you feel, so we might as well just skip you at this point, right? All right, Allie, what do you think?
Um, it would not have been my first pick
Okay.
in Magic Kingdom.
Okay. But
I
also,
love it.
you don't hate it.
I don't hate it. It it would, am I allowed to say this? No, because that's what I would have done.
Well,
So no.
Oh,
I'll hold it.
she's a guest judge for the people here, Eric.
I
She knows,
follow the rules really
she knows the
strictly.
rules. She
You
got
said, don't
warned.
tell me what you would have done yet.
Yep.
So I'm
Yep.
saving it.
She got warned because we've had multiple guest judges in the past that have just kind of blown it in the second round. So here she is in the second round,
Following the rules.
preserving the draft.
I don't
And
mean to show any bias here because we've been, this is our 49th show, but she's already becoming my favorite judge. So,
it's up there. It's up there. Yep.
and I could very well lose this thing in about 10 minutes. Who knows?
Mhm.
We'll see if you feel the same. Yeah.
There's
Rapid
there's
fire.
one that Eric has in his pocket that I believe he's been on that is gonna work well for him if he has
Okay.
it, but
Okay.
I'm not sure. So here we go.
I am handcuffed here on pick two.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you don't have
I
to
don't-
go. You don't have to go to Epcot, right? Like,
Of course you would say that, Christian. That would be in your favor for him to
well,
not go
no,
to Epcot.
I mean, no. I'm just saying, like, if you feel handcuffed, you have other options. But
No, that's
anyway, that's what I'm saying. I
So
kind of
here,
assume you're going to Epcot. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah, here's the thing. I have to go to Epcot.
Okay.
And I same reason as my first pick. There's a lot of things I have not ridden yet, and I have to make sure I get this just in case. I know for a fact, Christian, you will not take this. So maybe I don't have to. Now I'm thinking about it. Now I'm thinking about it.
You're right. I will not take Soren. I won't do it.
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
I won't go on Soren out there anymore. Like, until they make it like a good video, I don't need to waste my time while I'm on
No, they did
vacation.
update it.
I know, but it's still not good enough.
I know it's still crooked. I got really
It's still
excited
crooked.
and it's still crooked.
It's still
it's
crooked.
also still not the Taj Mahal. Like it's just
Oh.
there's
Oh
so
my
much
goodness.
that anyway, go ahead, Eric.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
You know, you know what? So Epcot I do have to go to because you already took from the other two.
I did. You're
So
right.
I don't have to worry about that at all. So
You
I
don't
can
have to
I
worry
can
about that
I
at
can
all.
go to Epcot right now. And I have to do this, and this is for the kids because
There it is.
yeah, because this is I'm pretty sure it still gets to be one of the longer
Oh,
queues
easily.
in the entire
Easily.
park easily. Um, even you know what's funny though? I've ridden it maybe twice, and there was like no queue at all both times I rode it,
Hey,
and it
we'll
was
take
I
in the
know where
middle
you're
of the day.
going with this. That's
Yeah.
shocking.
Yep.
Right? Okay. There's a reason for this. We had talked that I haven't been there since 2017. There was a massive hurricane on its way when I was there, so
Oh, that'll do it.
I was there for Irma. So
Okay.
that helped things with this. So I am gonna go Frozen Ever After here. And yeah, very, very long queue a lot of the time. I didn't have to experience that. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't originally consider it on my list was because my experience wasn't bad. I didn't
Mhm.
I didn't need a lightning lane for it. We walked right onto it. a couple of times, but I know how it can get outside of that. I saw what happened on opening day, right? And it still has the popularity. I'm going to take Frozen Ever After at 2 here.
I will say I don't know how this was a handcuff at all. This is a slam dunk of a pick, and I'm kind of mad that I didn't take it in round two. So, I think that was a great pick, but I guess it's not really up to me. It's up to Allie. So, Allie, what do you think of Eric going to Frozen here? He hasn't been to Epcot in a long time, but
Right,
you
right.
know, I would argue that some of the attractions eligible currently might not even be worth that because of the fact that it's just 3D screens that are terrible. So, but more
Oh,
on that
oh.
later. There, I said it. Allie, what do you think of Eric going to Frozen here?
Knowing Eric's constraints, this is a solid pick.
Okay. All right then.
I say hesitantly.
Say
Right.
hesitantly, but knowingly.
Okay, okay.
I'm
Also, Christian, I'm pretty sure the 3D screens are going away.
No, they're only going away in Paris.
In
Oh, Justin,
Paris.
just in
Yeah.
Paris.
They're keeping us with the trash. We're talking about Ratatouille, and it's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
And my wife and I did a rope drop for that from Future World. And I think we still ended up waiting an hour for it. Because
Oh,
every
because you didn't come in the International Gateway. That's
Yeah, I
why.
don't want to talk about it. There was a
Yeah.
very specific reason why we didn't do that
All
that time,
right.
and I don't remember that reason at all. But oh no, it's because we had a rental car and I didn't know where I could park it and
Oh, well,
not get in
that's
trouble.
the only
So
time, that's the
yeah,
only place you can
yeah,
park it and not get in
I
trouble. So
didn't
that's
want to get in
fair.
trouble. That's what it was.
That's fair.
What we should have done is had breakfast over at the boardwalk and then walked in with the. Anyway, it's
You
fine.
still would have had to Uber. Anyway, that's a rabbit trail because you can't leave your car parked there even with a reservation for more than 4 hours. It's a whole thing.
It's just ridiculous. There are rules to make sure that they make money as a
How
business. How
dare
dare
How
they?
dare a business try to make money?
How dare they? Okay. Well, regardless, when we did rope drop that, we were severely disappointed with that attraction, with all of the effort that we put into it, and we were sweating to death. And I don't know, I don't remember if our son was with us or if we left him with my parents, but like that was a whole it was a whole thing. So, um, but hey, if you haven't been on it, go on a Ratatouille, Remy's
Yeah,
Adventure, whatever the heck it's called. It's a
yeah,
great
I
ride.
haven't. So thanks for selling it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
welcome. You're welcome. Okay. No, I think that's a good pick. I do think that's a good pick here in round two. And was that round two? Are we still in round two?
yeah,
Yeah, we're
that
in
was
round
right.
two. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
math. That was fun. Okay, cool. Which means we now go to round three. And round three, I can either go to Epcot or Hollywood Studios because, Eric's done those and he can't go there the next. Anyway, you guys know the rules. We've done this three times already. So I am going to go with the attraction that I hate waiting for the most in Hollywood Studios. And
Hmm.
it's not even close. Mickey and Minnie's is okay because you can go in the indoors and you can hang out. There is nothing. It's kind of like how Cars Land is the hottest place on the planet in Southern California. Somehow Toy Story Land can do that to us as well. Get me on Slinky Dog Dash with the Lightning Lane because that queue is brutal. And I know they did as best as they could. Allie, I'm not even going to go to Eric because he hasn't been on this ride yet, and that's why that's
Well,
why.
I'm thinking about what you're saying about the heat and everything, and right,
Yeah,
you're in a backyard, right, and
yeah,
there's grass everywhere, and you got nothing else from
yeah.
what
I
I've
mean,
Oh,
seen.
it's
So,
immersive.
yeah,
You
yeah,
feel that you are in the backyard
yeah. And
yeah,
and
frying.
and
I
Allie,
bet.
it's just, I mean, that is one thing I don't look forward to doing is waiting for Slinky Dog Dash. As much as I love the land, even Alien Swirling Saucers is cute, and even though we have
Sure.
we have it here in California, it's Maters, but it's covered,
Yes.
and that's in the shade, and we love that. Um, Boy, I had the option of going with either Mania or Slinky Dog in this case, and there's just no comparison. I love the queue of Mania. I cannot do the queue of Slinky Dog Dash. It's terrible. Give me a lightning lane for it, Allie. What do you think?
That is 100% the right decision.
Hmm.
Even taking the heat out of it, and I'll talk more about that later, but even taking the heat out of it, that is 100% the right decision
Yeah, it
for so
is.
many reasons.
That queue is terrible, and they could have done so much better. And for those of you that have been on the Toy Story Mania out there, their queue since they redid everything is one of the most immersive queues in the world with the Uno
Super
cards
immersive.
and everything. It's a lot like Allie. We haven't talked about it. Have you been to Disneyland since they opened up Mickey and Minnie's out here?
Not since then,
Okay,
no.
because that's where I put Toy Story Mania's queue level. Like it is phenomenal. There's nothing about Slinky Dog Dash's queue that I look forward to. Nothing like
Oh,
setting
no.
Tinker Toys and dying in the Florida heat. Anyway, Eric, that's my round three.
Well, and I'd imagine waiting that long in that heat for an attraction that takes what, 40 seconds? Like I
And I will say it's a longer like that attraction to me is one of them where it's like a longer wait time is justified by the attraction,
Mhm.
unlike something like Tron. But it's still, I
Yeah.
don't know if any, like I have a limit that any ride just can't exceed.
hmm No, I agree. Like, right? It's yeah, yeah. But that again, it is a shorter attraction. It's not as short as
Yeah.
Mine Train, which is,
Right.
mhm,
you blink and you miss the whole thing, which
Yeah.
mhm.
is ridiculous. And as and I'm sure that might even get taken later because it's going to be one of our options in round five. And I love Mine Train. I love what they did.
Super fun.
You could have just done another 30 seconds somewhere. Like it wouldn't have been that hard. I don't know. I don't know. I'm also not a builder. I don't know how these things work. Anyway, Eric, we are in round three, and it is time for your round three pick. And you
All
can
right,
go,
with the other two,
Yeah.
right? I can go Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom here. It
hmm
doesn't really matter. I already wrote down Magic Kingdom on my list, so I'm just going to go there now,
Okay.
and I'm not going to waste any time because Big Thunder is going here for Magic
Mm.
Kingdom. Look,
That's a hot cue.
it's another one. It's a hot queue, and especially when you go down right into the loading area, I don't know that I've been in a more hot, more humid place in my life than when you're waiting down there to be boarded. That loading zone is just, boy, is it immersive. You feel like you're in a
Yeah.
mine.
You
I
are
know
in the
that.
mines.
Yeah,
A
straight
mine in
up.
Central Florida.
Yeah, but it ain't that important to
Yeah.
experience. So I'll take Big Thunder here in
Yeah.
round three.
That's a good pick. I don't know. I kind of considered it closed, so I couldn't. I'm kidding. That's not why I took it. I took Space Mountain because I hate Space Mountain's queue because you just sit down there and you don't know what time of day it is anymore, and you lose track of time. You come outside and they're like, "Oh, we closed the park an hour ago," and you're like, "I didn't know that." And
You're in
anyway,
space. You're supposed to lose track of time.
yeah, exactly. Anyway, Allie, what do you think of Eric going to Big Thunder Mountain here in round three for Magic Kingdom?
I think I like that.
It's a
I
good
like
pick.
that. Especially because it's closed right now. And
Mhm.
therefore, when it reopens in 26, like this is going to be a hot commodity.
It's going to be brutal.
Yeah,
Yep.
hot, yes, hot temperature wise and
Yeah,
hot as in everybody wants it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would agree. I agree with this pick.
I'm
Back
I
in the game.
can't wait to go on that ride when they've redone it. Like, all the things they've teased, all the things that they teased and then they retracted because
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
people took a little too
A little
far.
too far. Took a little too much liberty with the imagination there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Oh my goodness.
Weird. That
Anyway.
never happens.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they've never screwed that up before. Anyway. All right, well now it's time for my fourth round pick, and I'm gonna go to Epcot because I haven't been there yet, and that's the only place I'm allowed to go. But I don't know what I'm gonna take. I know I'm not gonna take Ratatouille's because I'm not gonna go on that ride. I hate Ratatouille. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh my gosh, Allie loves it. That's why she's shaking her head. It's
It's
fine.
not that it's not that it makes me horribly sick. I have to wear like
Yeah.
a
Oh,
band to go on it, but I do like it.
Oh,
That's all
okay.
right. All
Well,
right.
I'm not gonna let that influence me because
Okay. Don't let it.
that would be so improper. And so that
shockingly, we have integrity on this, this
Yeah,
show.
every once in a while. Actually, you know what? Screw it. No, I'm
I'm
kidding.
taking
I'm
yeah.
taking Ratatouille. But the problem with that is the other options here are
hmm
terrible.
hmm
Am I taking a Living with the Land lightning lane? I'm not going on Soarin', I'll tell you that. Um, do I go Spaceship Earth with a lightning lane? Am I going to Mission Space? I've got these options and I don't know where to go. Test Track 3.0? As a man of integrity, I haven't been on 3.0, so I don't think that I can take that attraction. So, I am going to go. Man, I really shouldn't have shot Ratatouille out of the sky now that I think
Wait a
about
minute though.
it.
If Eric picked Big Thunder and he's never ridden the newly reopened version of Big Thunder that has not yet reopened, does that put you, Christian, in the running for Test Track? I am simply asking from a rules
That's a
perspective here.
great perspective. I would say no. And
Okay.
Eric loves that because I have not experienced it in its current state. Eric has experienced it up until the last time anybody
That's
could have
fair.
experienced
Okay.
it.
All
So
right.
that's where
So
I
if
will
it
go
was
on this.
open, the Big Thunder rule would have changed. All
I
right.
will,
Okay.
I love the
Hmm.
thought. I love the thought. But I don't know. You know what? This attraction doesn't get nearly enough love in this. And I hate standing under Spaceship Earth for any other reason besides just taking pictures of it and having a nice thing. I hate standing in that queue. It's the dumbest queue when it lines up and it's an hour long to go on Spaceship Earth. No, give me a lightning lane for it. I don't really have a
Okay.
lot of options here. I've kind of killed off the only other options that really get long lines. And I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna do lightning lane for Living with the Land because I'm gonna wait in that queue because I like the look of 80s wood that they've just left there for the longest time. So
Okay.
you know
The
what?
most unimmersive queue maybe at
It's
all
yeah,
of Disney
yeah,
World,
yeah.
but
I
that's
love
all
it. I
right.
love it. I love it
Great.
because I can smell that nasty quick service location just a little bit down the way.
Okay.
Anyway, and maybe the Soren sense can seep through the walls and make me angry that they don't have orange smells anymore. It's fine, Eric. This is where I'm going with my pick here.
Yeah, you didn't have a lot to go by there. I mean, I think conventional wisdom with lightning lanes, Soren would have been the way to go just from a length standpoint. But
Sure.
when we talk about terribly non-immersive queues, aesthetically Soren fits that bill. But
Hmm.
you can play games if they work on your phone. If you can get
True.
signal. Why didn't you take Nemo? Can't believe you didn't go there. Wow.
Because
I'm
I
just
don't.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, I thought you were
Take it
serious.
easy.
I was
Take it easy,
like,
pal. I'm just
because
kidding.
I love that queue. There, I said it. I love Nemo's queue.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
bad. And the whole thing's inside.
yeah. So
It's not
that
bad.
the options I did not mention Nemo in my list of other options. So good on you for giving it its due. But yeah, I don't like waiting for missions for for Spaceship Earth. I also don't like waiting for Mission
Yeah,
Space, but
nope.
I don't like waiting for Spaceship Earth. That I remember the days where that was a walk on. You walked into the park, you got straight on it. And so now that it's become super popular and fun with millennials and Gen Z and whoever else is all of a sudden waiting for this ride, I don't like waiting for that ride. I loved going as a kid and just walking on. So I'm going with it here in round four. Allie, I have pigeonholed myself into I'm not taking Soren, I'm not taking Ratatouille, going Spaceship Earth here, which is a weird pick, but I actually kind of like it. So here we are. What do you think?
Okay. I don't hate this. Like, given your other rides that you knocked out for
Hmm.
yourself, I would agree with this.
What a terrible decision to knock rides out for myself, though, you know? Anyway,
Well,
Integrity.
fine.
it's yeah, well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Don't worry, Eric. We'll talk about it. Anyway, Eric, your round four, you are going to
Animal
the
Kingdom.
the Kingdom of Animals, and I
Yeah.
think I know your pick already because
Yeah, I'm taking Everest. I don't know why we're wasting any time. Like, I don't need to. I'm not setting this up. We know what I'm doing. Going
it's
Everest.
a great pick. It's a great pick. Allie, what do you think?
Agree.
Yeah.
Yes, wholeheartedly agree.
I'll stand on my hill. I like waiting in Everest's queue. I like that queue,
Okay.
but I'm a queue guy when it comes to Florida. I
I
don't, you know.
up on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I like queues. It's fun. Anyway, Eric, good pick here in round four.
Thank
We
you.
really don't need to go farther than that. It's the coolest ride, and it's going to be the coolest ride
Yeah.
at all in that park pretty soon because they're taking out Dinosaur. Rest in pieces, Dinosaur. Which, my favorite thing, if you haven't looked at it, folks, go on the internet and look at the current map of Animal Kingdom. It is ridiculous.
It's a
Also,
mess.
Dino,
dinosaur lived in pieces.
well, yeah,
Not just,
then we brought it alive. Anyway,
uh,
um, but like if you look at like the word Dino Land USA or whatever it says is like in the middle of all the trees because there's nothing there. It's ridiculous. Anyway, all right,
the world.
we are going to round five, the final round, and this is the round where we get to go on the fun rides. Except Eric hasn't gone on a couple of them. But I am going to go to Epcot and I'm going to take an attraction that is worthy of getting a lightning lane for. And this single lightning lane, give me Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. It's an awesome attraction. Actually, the only way I've gone on the attraction is through Lightning Lane. I believe it was Lightning Lane at the time, or it might have been a G. I don't remember what the word
It
was.
was still Lightning Lane, and then
Yeah,
they had virtual queue.
yeah. That's maybe it was a virtual. I don't remember.
That was the free option for a while.
Yeah, maybe
Mhm.
that's what it was. But regardless, that attraction is of all of the five options here, the one I definitely want to go on again, more than any of the others. Although I really liked Tron. I know a lot of people don't like that. I thoroughly enjoyed that attraction, but pales in comparison to Guardians in this case. You don't miss a lot of queue by going through the Lightning Lane thing. Like you still see a bunch of the major points in that building. So I'm going there. Eric hasn't been on it, but I don't know. Have you seen a video of it? No,
Nope.
you're one of those guys who. All right, we'll
I
just skip
stay
I'm the
Eric.
same
I
way. If I
I
Allie,
haven't,
stay
I
away
want
from it.
no spoilers. Yeah, I'm the same
Yep.
way.
It's in
Allie,
my favorite theme park in the world. I'm definitely not
yep, that's a
gonna
good
watch
point.
it.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Allie, what do you think of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind going here in round five?
I could not agree with this more. I will be chasing the euphoric high of the first time I rode that ride for the absolute rest of my life. Like I 100% wholeheartedly agree.
See, I was so excited for the only time I've been on it. And then we went backwards and they're like, oh, whatever the dialogue is. And then Conga started playing. And all I had heard
Oh
is that that's not
no.
good enough. So that's the only one I've
Yeah.
been on. I'm praying I'm not going to be flying in on September 21st
All
to listen to
right.
September, but I
I don't
should
like
because
September's not my favorite. So I think
it's
you're fine
got to be
still.
better than Conga though, right?
It
Like
is.
that's what I've been told is that Conga's the worst, and that's the one you're
Conga
going.
and Disco Inferno, the worst.
Ah, interesting, interesting. Well, I was severely let down, but I'm happy that am able to get it here in round five. And Eric, I know you haven't been on that, so it's not really taking anything from you. Um, I'm very curious to see which one you go with here in round five because you have multiple that are eligible here, and both of them, maybe three of them, are decent picks. So we'll see where you go here. You're going three. All right.
There's only two. No,
Oh,
I'm
there's two.
saying
Okay.
there's only two I can take from here. I'm just hoping my draft doesn't burn, baby, burn. Come on, that was great.
That was a good
Nobody?
reference. No,
Okay,
that was
all right.
good.
Thank you.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't good. All right. All
I'm
right.
also old, so.
Yeah, apparently.
There's only two I could pick from here, and I'm gonna go with the better of the two, in my opinion. I love them both. I am not a simulator person. I don't like simulators. And I think Flight of Passage is the most amazing simulator that's ever been built. That's just my thing. I'm not taking it though.
Okay.
Oh,
I started typing on my notes, but I have backspace. Okay.
Yeah, nope. I'm going Rise. I'm going Rise of the
wow.
Oh,
Resistance. I think
That's not where I thought you were gonna go. Wow. Okay, keep
now
going.
again for transparency, we have agreed that no, I have not ridden Rise in Florida, but it is identical to the one in California.
exact
So we've
same.
said
Yeah.
it's okay. I think it's one of the most incredible attractions ever built. We have said this on this show many, many times. We sound like a broken record. But it is a must see. I know Christian doesn't love it because it's not as high energy as he would have liked it to be. But I think from a standpoint, it's a trackless vehicle. Those things are freaking awesome. The AT-ATs that are in there, just every little aspect of that attraction was something we have really never seen before, all combined into one. And I don't want to waste a ton of time in the queue. The queue's fine. It's not great. The pre-show is cool. Not the transporter part, the with Ray. That part of the pre-show is really cool to see, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. The rest of it, you're just kind of, you're either waiting outside or you're waiting inside trying to get to the transporter or the pre-show. So I really like Rise. I'm taking it here with my single pass selection in round five.
How dare you? The transporter is cool. Anyway,
No, no,
um,
no, 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 no. The transporter is cool. I was just trying to
yeah,
say
I got it.
Ray's part is also cool. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know my thoughts on this. It's an overrated attraction. It's a good attraction, but it's not as cool as everybody made it sound. Anyway, that's my opinion. Allie, what are your thoughts here?
It's a great bang for your very literal buck
Yeah.
because you do experience so many different aspects of things in this ride. It's very immersive. Like it's great. Eric, knowing your restrictions, I agree that this was the right pick for you.
Yeah, I can only
Have
take one of those two, right?
have you
Yeah,
not been
yeah.
on Mine Train?
I don't like it as much as the
Oh,
other
okay,
two.
okay, okay. I just when you said there
Oh,
were
you're
only
right.
two,
I forgot about Mine Train. You're right.
You
That
could
yeah,
was
have
a
done
third.
what? Flight of Passage, Mine Train,
And
or
Rise
Rise.
or
Okay.
Rise.
yeah,
Yeah, and I think piggybacking off Christian what you said about Mine Train earlier, it's too short.
it's a
Um,
very
I
quick read.
yeah, I do love it. And the last time I wrote it, I walked right onto it and didn't need it.
Yeah,
That's
Again,
insane.
major
major
natural
hurricane.
disaster
Yeah.
on its way.
Yeah,
But but even so, even so, I think Rise is the better of the three.
One of my favorite memories of Mine Train is sitting under there. We were under the enclosure of it during a lightning storm, and they were
Hmm.
like, "Hey, you're not allowed to leave." We were like,
Yeah.
"Okay." So that was fun. Anyway,
Wow.
that is our draft. We have gone in wild places. Flight of Passage was an option, and it didn't get taken in this draft, which might be a first, and a bunch of other stuff. But let's run it down, Eric. How about you remind everybody of the picks? Oh, actually, before we do that, Allie, you know these lists. What did we miss? I think we missed a couple of your heavy hitters here.
definitely. Yeah. Slinky is a huge heavy hitter, and obviously we got that one, right? But let's see, my like heavy hitters are Everest, which we got, Slinky, which we got, Big Thunder, which we got, so that was great. Um, I could argue Tiana, right? Um, I could argue, I mean, really, let's see. In Magic Kingdom, my go-to is Tiana. In Epcot, my go-to is, oh, duh, this is the big one we missed, Test Track, which, I
Mhm.
mean, both of you were a little bit like maybe couldn't have picked that,
Yeah.
right? But that is running out right now, anywhere
Mhm.
from like 3 to 5 days ahead of time. And
Wow.
so that is a massive, massive one right now. That if you want to skip the line on that, it has to be your first pick. And then in let's see, Hollywood Studios, Slinky, so that's good. And then Animal Kingdom Everest. So like
Yeah.
between the two of you, you
We did
hit all
okay.
of my top picks.
We did
And
Yeah.
okay.
Christian, have you been
Yeah.
on Tiana's in Florida?
I have not been on Tiana's in Florida,
Yeah,
so
so we weren't
yeah,
even eligible
yeah.
to take Tiana or Test Track, which is
Right,
So I
right.
think we hit all of your picks besides the
Between the
ones
two of
we
you, you
can't go on.
absolutely did.
So
Yeah.
there we go. Look at that, Eric. Eric, high five. No, I'm kidding.
you know
Anyway,
what? Yeah, I
um,
don't know where you are. We're
me
over.
neither.
Okay. All right.
Regardless, Eric, how about you run down the picks before Allie makes her final judgment as to who won this episode? I'm terrified. I'm confident, but also terrified at the same time. So we'll see how this goes. But Eric, go ahead and run down the picks for all the people at home.
All right. Christian had the number one overall pick. This is where he went in order. He started with Kilimanjaro Safaris, then he went Space Mountain, Slinky Dog Dash, Spaceship Earth, and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind as his single pass selection. For me, I went Tower of Terror at number one, Frozen Ever After at two, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at three, Expedition Everest at four, and Rise of the Resistance at five for my single pass. And now we turn it over to Allie to let us know who won this episode of Drafting the Magic.
Okay. Taking Test Track out of the mix, right? I am like forgetting that it even exists right now. I looked at the two lists and I thought, okay, who got more of what I would have picked? So, Christian, I agreed with Slinky and Guardians. Those are the two that I would have picked for
Mhm.
Hollywood and for my single pass. And then Eric taking out Test Track. I agreed with Frozen, Big Thunder, and Everest. So Eric is taking home the Lightning Lane trophy, which I am shocked, quite frankly, having so many rides not eligible for him to pick.
That wow,
So,
wow! Look at
I
you,
think he
Eric.
gets double, like if you guys keep a tally of like who wins what show, I do actually think Eric gets double points today
Oh,
because he had
oh,
such a handicap being like unable to pick so many
that's
rides.
now
huge.
this is not the first time I have been handicapped for this show, right? Because we have done Disney World episodes before. Christian has a huge advantage. He has won a few. I have won a few of
Yeah,
those in the past as well. It it comes down to strategy, right?
It does.
I have a list that I want to go by, and then he'll make a pick, and then I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute. Now I can shift things around a little bit, right? So when I went Tower at number one, my first thought was, I know I can win this back with Everest later. Like, so I
yeah.
that's why so like the back half of my draft changes.
So smart.
Honestly, when you were
Yeah.
reading it, I was like, Everest 4, Rise of the Resistance 5.
Five.
What a list that that
That
these
those ended up
two are at the
last,
very
right?
end.
Now, of course, single pass notwithstanding, because we
Sure,
made it be five.
sure,
But
yeah.
you're right, right? All my Big Thunder Mountain, which I didn't have Big Thunder Mountain on my list originally.
That was a sneaky one, honestly, because
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking about it either because it has been closed here for so
right.
Yeah.
long. So it was not even in my brain. But that line is brutal. It's a ton of bang for your like proverbial time buck
Mhm.
because it's a long ride. That's a great pick. I will say this too. It seems like you have I get this question all the time. It's like, what parts of the queue do you skip if you have a lightning lane? I could not care less. Okay. I do not care if you put a blindfold on me and walk me through that queue. If I am waiting 5 minutes as opposed to 40 minutes, I want to skip it. And
Yeah.
so, like, that is where, too, I think Christian had a little bit of a handicap because
Mhm.
you said it yourself. You're a queue guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't care if I ever see another pre-show. I
Yeah.
don't care if I ever see another immersive queue. I appreciate them for what they are, but I am very much like a get me in the ride, get me out of the ride. I got other things to go do kind of girl.
See, and
And it
that's what we do here. We don't find out whether you're a Q person
Exactly.
or not, right? That's the
Yep.
randomness of this. And yeah, knowing that, I had no shot at this.
I'm
And mine
it
is always too, what can I not get on multipass later?
Sure.
Always.
mhm.
And so very much like that always influences my decisions.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys had that conversation because for me, when I was building my list originally, I never once thought to myself about cues. It
No.
Mm,
was always
Yeah.
about what's going to save me time and so I can move on with the rest of my day.
it's
And then as we
fair.
start talking, right, you start talking about Slinky Dog and waiting out there and you're baking in the sun. And then things like that, even though it wasn't a major deciding factor, started sneaking into my psyche. Like, and that's when I remembered waiting in that mine shaft is terrible.
Yeah, it's not fun.
That is so
Right?
fair. But and like too, the Tower of Terror queue is so hot to me. Something about it
Oh,
feels
the
like you're in
Yeah.
a
boiler room.
sauna.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you're in the boiler
But
room, yeah.
yes, and just outside, something about those fans
Mm,
that are misting you in the Florida humidity. I don't need any more humidity. Thank you very
right.
much.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where if I'm thinking queue wise, Buzz Lightyear is another good one. Horribly
Mm,
hot queue.
Yeah.
However, I know I can get it later. So
sure.
even though it's one of the worst queues, I'm good with not having that as like my first round pick. So
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
caveats there, but
And
I like the thought process.
I mean,
Wow.
if I look at my original list, just to give you an idea of what I was thinking originally, like I had Mansion on there as one, and
Okay.
I had Rock and Roller Coaster as one on there as well,
Mm,
just in case, right? Those are
yep.
my
Yeah,
a lot of those are my backup plans, just in case Christian grabs something that I wanted originally.
Sure.
So it's so many options for this particular episode, and that was fun. It's
Yeah.
good to get back
those
into
are
the swing of
strong
things.
lists.
That was good. That
Yeah.
was a good time. Give Allie a follow on the, I don't know, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever she's got it.
TikTok and
Allie,
Instagram are my main
Allie,
two. Yeah.
tell everybody where they can find you, what exactly to punch into their phone to make sure they're following you.
Allie Mae on Maine. Allie is Allie. May is Mae. So Allie Mae on Maine across whatever social your heart desires, but Instagram and TikTok are the two. I mean,
That's
yes, those two.
that's how we found her. That's how we found out that she'd be a great guest judge. And Allie, we are so thankful for you joining us today. Hopefully you'll come back next time, and maybe I'll not think about how cool the cues are next time. All right.
Maybe. Yeah. Thank you guys for having me. This was a blast. I really
Thank
appreciate it.
thank you, Allie. Yeah, this was awesome.
Son of a gun. Lost this one. Not proud of it.
I sweat this one out. I don't know how you were feeling going through it. I will be, you and I are always honest with each other. When I made that big Thunder Mountain pick, I felt the tide turn and I said, okay, I got this now. I honestly did.
Yeah, yeah. Especially was one of her big ones, she said.
Yeah.
So you nailed that. Yeah, I thought this one was this is one of those weird drafts that you're obviously not going on all of these rides on the same day, right? Like
No, you
there's
can't do it.
there's no
Can't do
shot.
it. No.
Back when we first dreamed this idea up, it was like, oh, the perfect day doing this, the perfect day. This is nuts.
And then we ran out of
Um,
perfect day scenario.
yeah, exactly. So, but Glad to do it. Allie was
Yeah.
fantastic. Loved having
Oh
Allie
yeah.
on. Very knowledgeable about Lightning Lane. So if you haven't already, go follow her on Instagram, Allie May on Main, and on TikTok and I don't know wherever else she's got some. I'm sure there's a
Instagram and TikTok. Those are the
Pinterest or
two
something
ones
somewhere. Yeah,
you gotta follow. And you know what else made me like reassure myself about the two of us was that, we hit everything she said we should have.
yeah,
That we were eligible to
yeah,
select. So we still know what we're doing.
yeah. We kind of. I mean, I did take Kilimanjaro Safari #1, and that seems to be the problem here. But it's fine. We're fine. It's fine.
I mean, it
It's
all
fine.
it all comes down to what you're thinking and what your strategy is, right? Your
Yeah,
reason for Kilimanjaro Safari a lot of the time
valid.
isn't necessarily the ride itself. It's what
Yeah,
Lightning Lane is. How do you skip or how do you save time?
yeah.
Look, I think I can say this now because I'm no longer with the organization, but every second you spend in a queue, you're not buying something.
That's true. Yeah.
But as a consumer, you're not really thinking of that. It's more
Mhm.
of every second I'm in line, I'm not on another attraction
Or every second
or
I'm line,
I'm
I'm thinking
sweating.
about the next churro. Anyway, um,
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
It's not always about the attraction itself. It's which attraction do I need to use this service on
yeah,
so that way I'm not wasting my day, especially if I'm spending thousands of dollars to fly to the opposite coast.
yeah.
In the case of you and I,
Oh,
to go enjoy the limited time we have while we're there.
I want to go back again.
I
Going in
know.
April. April, I think
Yep.
we've got it targeted. Spring break. So, what a great time to go to the parks. It's when everyone else is there. It's going to be great. Anyway,
There you go.
um,
Do you like watch Angel games like when you're in queues out there and
oh,
stuff?
are you kidding me? I listened to a Ducks game while I was on
Did
Space
you?
Mountain
Did you really?
in Florida. That was great.
That's awesome.
Wasn't a Steve Carroll yell, "Go!" It was great. Anyway, yes, I am attuned to my baseball team when out in Florida.
Cool.
And the great thing is that now, I mean, I'm not going to get into the details, but now I can actually watch them from wherever. So,
Yeah,
apps are cool.
that's
The
right.
streaming world is a real world,
A
man.
wonderful thing.
I remember when I used to have to wait to come home to look for the scores, and because
Dude,
that,
I remember, you might be too young for this. Maybe you remember. I remember having to pop in a VHS in to record the game if I wasn't going to be home.
yep, yep,
And then you
yeah.
had to hope you got the times right. And if it went to overtime, sorry.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, seriously. Or if Days of Our Lives went long, Anyway,
Oh, it was General. No, it
shut
was
up, shut up.
no, no, wait. It was All My Children. That's the one that
Oh,
was on in my
brother.
house. My mom
Oh,
loved that one.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we've way off the lightning lane conversation. Shout out to Days of Our Lives and All My Children who just got free advertisement, even though at least one of them isn't on air anymore. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
Yeah, but one of them's on a network owned by Disney. So we're doing the right thing.
there
All
you
My
go.
Children is an ABC show.
Is it?
I think Days of Our Lives was
This is
the
NBC.
other
And it's not,
the other
we're
company.
just,
Yeah.
let's move on. All right. You win. Allie was a fantastic guest judge, and we roll on to the next one.
Is the next one number 50?
Number 50.
We made it.
I'm gonna make a cake.
We gotta make it big. Oh, cake. I'm hungry.
I'm gonna make a cake.
Mhm. We have lightning lanes for cake?
No.
Hmm.
400 for 60 minutes, or I don't know how to bake a cake. Anyway, we'll see you
I don't
next time,
either.
everybody.
Bye.